When talking about investing, you normally hear about the stock market, cryptos, and real estate. But many millionaires and billionaires, like Mark Cuban and Richard Branson, invest their money in unconventional opportunities because they know it will bring them incredible profits. That's why I've researched this type of investment to better understand how to have other sources of income. And I stumbled upon returns which are impressive. That's why I'm sharing with you 5 unconventional investing ideas which have generated great profits over the last years and that could make you rich. Hi all, I'm Nico, and the first investment I want to talk to you about is something that has always been restricted to the rich. And when I say rich, it's the real rich with tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. And hopefully just recently a door has opened for everyone like me and you to invest like the millionaires, to invest in the same assets they've been investing since hundreds of years. Because yes, I'm talking about one of the oldest investment assets that the millionaires have always used. And what I am talking about is art. Because yes, now we can all invest in Da Vinci, in Van Gogh, in Monet, and it is actually extremely simple. You don't even need too much money for it. Because even with $1,000 you can do it, whereas in the past you needed millions to invest in a Da Vinci painting. And the results are actually very impressive because think that the market is getting bigger and bigger. And as an example, Banksy paintings return an average of 300% over 7 years, which even for the stock market, it's extremely impressive. And imagine that the art price 100, the indicator, the index that in this industry they use to understand if the overall market is growing in terms of value, it has grown by 9% per year since the 2000s. And so the numbers, the results looks actually extremely interesting. And it is very simple to invest in art right now thanks to Masterworks, which is a website in which you just need to subscribe to invest in art. And their staff, so experts of the industry, choose and buy art that they believe will grow over time in value. And so you don't even have to search the specific piece you want to buy. And directly on their website, they sell stocks of each painting. Like this, you can really easily buy a part of a painting. You can buy a part of a painting from Van Gogh if you want to. And just with a click, you have both part of ownership of this painting. And once the value of the painting has grown, they will sell the painting to collectors, because those are the guys we were saying in the beginning with a lot of money, which has always used to invest in this type of asset. And so this is a great opportunity that in the past didn't exist for us. But it's not because it's a great opportunity that you don't have to be careful with it. Because let's be honest, the risk is higher than an ETF like VOO. Because you can't know for sure that the value of a piece of art will grow over the time. And that's why this shouldn't be your primary investment, but you should rather use it actually to differentiate your portfolio. Also because this is an asset that is less impacted by inflation, and it is also not correlated to the stock market, which means during a crisis of the stock market, the price of art will not be impacted at all. But the most important thing actually is that you have to know in what you're investing in. You have to be passionate about art, you have to be interested in it, and you have to understand what you're buying. And this because it is super important to have the time and the understandings to research the artist and also the paintings in which you want to invest. And because it's only when you know that that you will be able to make great investments. And that's actually the reason why I am not investing in art, because it's not something I know and I understand. And as a general rule, I only invest in things that I know and understand. So let's go now to the second one, which is actually my favorite one that I actively use. And imagine that just in the last 2 years it has brought me 25% of return. And to do that, I just had to click a button 2 years ago, and after that everything was automatic. Yes, I love this type of investment because it's actually extremely easy to understand, easy to estimate, easy to do, and it is also rather short term, I would say between 1 and 2 years. An incredible thing is that the risk is not actually high. It's an investment that I would call rather safe compared to many others, and it's actually safer than the stock market. And this is investing in real estate, but no, not in the normal way, the one that you always hear about, because I'm talking about real estate crowd lending, which I believe is a revolutionary way of investing in in real estate. Because let's see how it works. So normally when you invest in real estate, you buy a house, you restructure it maybe, and then you sell it for more money. But doing this way, you have a lot of risk because you don't know if you're gonna be able to sell the house to someone, and so to make a profit. But what you do with real estate crowd lending actually is that you're acting like a bank. So like you lend people money to buy the house so that they can make their investment in real estate. But you're not investing in the activity, you're just lending money. This means that like as a bank, you're gonna receive your money back with the interest. And so the risk part of the real estate investment is actually extremely reduced because the profit is not related to the successful operation. And to do that, for example, I use the Italian website Rendimento Etico, which I link down below, which is extremely easy to use and it gives a return of around 12 to 14% per year for lending your money. And so it is super simple because you just have to choose an opportunity they have on their website, click, say how much money you want to lend, and that's it. You just wait to have the interest back and you will have earned money. The main downside I see for this type of investment is that it is an opportunity that is still under development. And so there are not many places where you can do that at the moment in the whole world. But honestly, having used it and having done it since a couple of years, it's extremely worth it. And so let's go now to another unconventional investment that has actually generated a lot of money to many people over the last years. Like this English couple, Chris and Denise, which have made more than $500,000 over the last years. And this is through investing in wine and whiskey. And it is extremely profitable. I wouldn't have believed it if I haven't checked the numbers by myself. Imagine that whiskey over the last 10 years has had a return of 428%, which means that if you had invested $10,000 10 years ago, now you would have more than $40,000, which is just crazy. And yes, I know you would think that normally investing in wine and whiskey it's complicated because you have to find it, to buy it, then you have to stock it, to sell it again. It's extremely difficult, yes, but not anymore. Not anymore because like for art, there is a new investment website which allows you to invest directly in wine and having a team of experts which is helping you building your portfolio, as well as they stock the wine for you and they also sell it for you. So you just have to click on the website to say that you want to invest in wine. And this is thanks to Vinovest, where you just have to set up the account, define your investment objectives, and at this point the expert sommelier working for Vinovest will work together with analytical models that have been developed to understand which wines will grant you the best returns in this industry. And that's great because like this they build your portfolio, they stock it as said, and they even insure your wine. And like this you can sell the wine whenever you want. It's your choice. They will do it for you. But if you want to enjoy the wine because you like it, you can even ask them to send it to your place to drink it. And because of the fact that they manage the selling of the wine, it becomes extremely easy to sell it. And wine this way becomes a liquid asset, literally. And so this is a perfect investment if you like wine and whiskey, because let's say it, worst case, you can drink it. But clearly, as for art, it is riskier than, again, a standard ETF, and you should use this type of investment for diversification. But now I have a request for you. If you're enjoying this video, if it is valuable for you, like the video and subscribe to this channel to help it grow so that I will be able to make more videos like this. And then let's go to number 4, because we're talking about passions and we are in the 21st century, so we have internet, which allows us to have a marketplace for everything we want. And that's why investing in collectibles has increased enormously over the last years. And I'm talking about vintage cars, watches, and even Pokemon cards. Imagine that you could take a super cute Pikachu and sell it for hundreds of thousands of dollars. But let's take also another example, the watch industry. You can buy a Rolex, you can buy a Patek Philippe. As soon as you have a new one, you can sell it for even more than the double of the price. Because this is a market which is based on rarity and scarcity of the collectibles. And that's why the collectors value these products so much. And so if you have a passion for some type type of collectible, if you have the knowledge about it, that's the moment to make it profit. But unfortunately, this one I can't tell you which one and where you have to do it. It really depends on your passion, and you will clearly also need to research the market and understand the risks. But if you think that's the correct investment for you, do it. The last investment of the list, it is actually something which I'm also learning because there is an enormous potential. I mean, it's one of the main sources of Mark Cuban and Richard Branson, and this is investing in startups. And it is actually easier than I thought and that you also might think, because there is a website which is called Angel List in which you can directly invest into startups, because it just puts in contact investors and startups that needs funding. And if you use this together with Crunchbase, which is a database with information about all of the startups in the world, you have an extremely powerful tool which could make you millions. And this is how you could invest in the next Facebook, Netflix or Spotify. But clearly, let's be honest, it might not be the easiest investment type, but again, the potential is just enormous. As well also the risks, because you don't know if a startup will make it or not. But that's why there are also a lot of resources that help you to do it, like books and also interviews of investors. And so, as well as the other unconventional investments, you need to have a deep understanding of what you are doing, as well as you need a lot of time to research it. So if you'd rather just invest your money and forget about it, the best way is to invest in profitable ETFs. So if you want to know in which ETF you should invest, watch this video. Thank you for watching and see you soon.